A boat travels at a speed of 18 km per hour in still water. It travels between points A and B 180 km apart. Okay, this is the given information. So what, since it's a pretty long question, what I'm going to do is I will only the important parts I'm going to write down. Other things I'll have to keep on erasing. We'll just do question by question and then I'll remove it. Okay, so first we are given what is the boat. A boat travels at a speed of 18 km per hour. Now first let's understand the concept of upstream and downstream. Okay, so in upstream what happens is, basically when the boat is going up against the current. Okay, so what will happen, use your logic, the overall speed will be less, right? So what, there are two main things that we use the speed of boat in still water. Okay, in case there was no current, what would be the speed, and we are going to use the speed of the current. Okay, let this be x and let this be y in both situations. Okay, now when a boat is going upstream, the overall speed, okay, is going to be the difference between the speed of the boat or speed of the current. Now why I've put mod is depending upon whichever is higher. Okay, you won't get a negative value basically. Okay, it's basically the difference between the two. Okay, so the overall speed reduces. When a boat goes downstream, the overall speed is the sum of both. Okay, remember this very important concept. Okay, so here basically this is what you, now here speed of the boat in this question, speed of the boat in still water is 18, so x is 18 kilometer per hour. Okay, and y is not given. If you see question if you see question 2, what is the normal speed of the current in the water, in the river, so that is the y, and that is what we will be finding out. Okay, so first remember this concept, okay, of upstream and downstream, and then we will move forward. I hope this is clear. To move forward with the question, the point A and B are 80 kilometer apart, so the distance, whether it is going, so this, if this is the river, this is point A, this is point B. Okay, whether it is going this way or it is going this way, the distance will be 80 kilometer only, because it's given in the question. Okay, I hope this is also clear. Now they are asking, if the boat, first question, if the boat goes from A to B downstream in 4 hours, how long will it take to return? Let's just let's consider that this is point A and point B. The boat is coming downstream. Okay, coming down takes it 4 hours. Okay, what are we have to find out this, how much time will it take to return up again. Okay, so first you understand, let's find out the speed downstream. What did I tell you previously? That downstream is basically the addition of the speeds. Okay, we know that the speed in still water is 18, but we don't know the speed of the stream, so let's consider it as x. It is this kilometer per hour, this is the speed. Okay, and the again, what is, let's make it more, downstream speed is equal to distance by time. This is something we already know. We know that the distance is 80 kilometer, time is taking 4 hours as per the question, and this is going to be nothing but 20 kilometer per hour. We know that this is equal to this because this is what we found out. So 18 plus x is equal to 20. Therefore x is equal to 2 kilometer per hour. Therefore, what do we understand? What had we considered as x? X was the speed of the current, the speed of the flow. Okay, that is 2 kilometer per hour. Okay, that's what we have found out. And this is basically, if you see, this is the second question, since we have already found this out. It's the second question is, what is the normal speed of current in the river? That for that also the answer is 2 kilometer per hour. Okay, we have found out the speed of the current in the river. Okay, now we know that the speed upstream, sorry, the speed in of the current is 2 km/h, and the speed of the boat in still water is 18 km/h, which means we can find out the upstream. What is upstream? The difference of the speeds, which is 16 km/h. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now what will be this time to return? Basically from B to A, what is happening? We are returning, or we are going upstream, correct? So to go upstream, we know that we again need to find out the time, and we know time is distance by speed. Like I told you, 80 will remain constant. This distance is the constant, so 80 remains here, and the speed will be the upstream speed, which is 16, correct? Now this will give you 5 hours. Okay, so what was the question? The question was, how long will it take to return? And we know that the answer will take 5 hours to return. Okay, so this is the first question. So I hope this is clear. In case of any questions, don't worry, just put it in the comments and I will answer to all your questions. Okay, so here in this one calculation, we have found out solutions for the first two questions. That is, if the boat goes from A to B downstream in 4 hours, it will take 5 hours for it to come up again at point A. And second, what is the normal speed of the current in the river is 2 km/h. Okay, so I can clear this. I hope this entire thing is clear. It's not easy. Once you start practicing, things will start becoming easier for you. Okay, now let's see question number 3. Now I'll just write it here that the speed of the current that we found out was 2 km/h. Speed of the boat is given as 16 km/h. I'm just writing it for your reference because this is a very useful information, and the distance is nothing but 80 kilometers. Okay, this is something we'll use in all questions, so I'm just writing it down in the side. Okay, now if the boat develops an engine trouble and can consequently go only at 1/3 of its normal rate in still water, how long will it take for a round trip on a normal day? Now what are they saying is that the speed of the boat, right, that is 18 km/h that we already have, that will become 1/3 because of reduction in the, or damage in the engine. Therefore what will be, so current remains the same at 2 km/h, and boat becomes 18 by 3, which is 6 km/h. Okay, this is what we are going to get. Now if you have to find out the time it takes for an overall round trip, what we have to find out is the overall time, and we know that time is distance by speed. Now speed, so we have to find out upstream and downstream, correct? So let's just find out upstream and downstream. Upstream is basically the difference, so 6 minus 2, which is 4, and downstream is 6 plus 2, which is 8. Okay, now we have the upstream speed overall, we have the overall downstream speed as well. So what will be the time? This is upstream time. Okay, distance is 80, upstream is 4, and here for downstream we have time is distance by speed again, which is 80 by 8, which is 10 hours, and this is 20 hours. Now so total time is going to be 20 plus 10, which is 30 hours. This is what we were supposed to find out, right? How long will it take for a round trip on a normal day? And our answer is nothing but total of 30 hours. Okay, that is our answer. So I'm just going to erase this and we'll check the fourth one. I'm keeping this information because that's something useful. Now if the speed of the river triples one day due to rainstorm, the question number 4, how long will it take for a round trip from A to B and back on the same day? So here what they are saying is, this time they are telling on the speed of the current speed of the river. Okay, now the current speed is 2. This is getting tripled and it's becoming a total of 6 kilometer per hour. However, the boat speed remains the same, which is 18 kilometer per hour. Okay, how long will it take? Again, we have to find time is distance by speed, time is distance by speed. This is upstream, this is downstream, correct? If we check it here only directly, we can say 80, distance is 80, of course. Okay, speed, upstream speed, like let's just do it directly now. Okay, upstream speed, okay, what, it's the difference of the speeds, 18 minus 6. Here for downstream, it is the sum of the speeds, correct? Now this is going to be 80 by 12 and 80 by 24. This is, just to make it simpler for us, 10 by 3, 20 by 3. We have just simplified it. Okay, we know that it has taken 10 by 3 hours and 20 by 3 hours yet. So what is the total hours for up and down? It's 10 by 3 plus 20 by 3, which is 30 by 3, which is an overall of 10 hours. This is the answer. 10 hours is the total speed that we have required, or total time that has been required by the, for a round trip from A to B and then back to A. Okay, in case the speed of the river has tripled. Okay, now I'm just going to remove this and retain the necessary information that we have. The last question says, at what speed must the current flow so that the round trip would be 22 hours with the boat in a normal condition? This is a slightly different question compared to the ones that we have done before. Okay, so here what we know, that the boat speed is 18 km per hour, but they are asking us to calculate the speed of the current or speed of the river. Okay, so this entire thing is what we have to find out. In this situation, we don't have this 2 km per hour. Okay, so they're saying that the overall time should be 22 hours. Okay, now if you see the total time, this is nothing but upstream time plus downstream time, correct? Now 80 to remains the same, correct? Time is distance by speed, time is distance by speed, correct? Distance remains the same in both, these both will be added, correct, because it's a round trip. Now speed is, what is the upstream speed? It is the difference, so 18 minus x. Downstream speed is 18 plus x. Okay, because we have the speed of the boat given, correct? This is an equation that will be formed, but equal to what? They have already given that it should take a total of 22.5 hours. Correct, we get this equation. Now when you solve this, okay, you will get that x is equal to 14 km per hour. Okay, and that will be the speed of the current. Okay, so that the overall trip should be completed in 22.5 hours. Okay, now this is the final answer. So I hope this is also clear. This is slightly different, so just you can check it a couple of times and solve it. Okay, apart from that, it's a very common question, you might get it in multiple exams, so that is fine. Just to give you, and like in case you have not made a note yet, I'll just give you the answers for all the questions. For the first one, it was 5 hours. The second one, it was 2 km per hour. The third one was 30 hours. The fourth one was 10 hours. And the fifth one was 14 km per hour. these are the answers. The explanation has already been given in the, you can, go back and watch the explanation and in case of any questions, do let me know in comments, and I'll be there. I'll be answering those questions. And thank you so much for watching.